channel. So this is going to be a quick update on the Nokia G60 5G. So this is what makes the channel slightly different because I do long-term review on these devices. So for those of you who are new and are Nokia fans like me, do consider subscribing, as I'll keep you updated with the latest news and updates with the devices that has been launched. Now, the Nokia G60 5G is currently available in more markets. It has also been introduced to markets like India. So, just a moment ago, I was reading the article on Nokia Power User site on the new Android 12 build that just rolled on for the Nokia G60 5G. Now, it is a rather small update at 54 megabytes and also carries on the October security patch for those who have yet to receive it. And I was really skeptical to see what was actually being improved under the hood, because the usual description of the updates were rather simple. So HMD Global did something unthinkable. I believe this is the first time that HMD Global has done this. I might be wrong, but I think that this is the first time, and it is worth to share with everyone out there in the world. So this is the Nokia X30 5G. This is the Nokia G60 5G. I've done a comparison on both these devices. I've made a two-part video to share the differences in terms of the hardware of the device itself and the feel of the device, the quality of the build, the display. I also made a video to share more on the camera experiences. And if you notice in my camera review of both these devices, I've shared my opinion on how the daylight images, especially on the Nokia G60 5G, tends to be better because X30 has some issue containing blowouts, and this is something apparent even in my recent review of the X30 5G with the Vivo X70 Pro Plus, where it has some difficulty in containing details, especially in a very brightly lit subjects. Now, with that said, one of the key differences when it comes to the software experience between the X30's camera and the Nokia G60 5G's camera is that the Nokia X30 5G has a much better dark vision, in a way that the dark vision actually works as it is intended. Something that I had a lot of probably less than satisfied experience with the Nokia G60 5G, because the dark vision tends to make the image looks even less appealing compared to the standard night mode. So the other issue is that the Nokia G60 5G lacks any night mode for the ultra wide capture. So, like I always do, after the update, I was just checking through the camera firmware and I noticed that the camera firmware has now changed. You got a newer camera firmware, and just for the sake of seeing if there's anything being added into the device itself, I came across something that I never thought would have happened. Now, I've made this speculation before that I believe that HMD Global would be making sort of some changes when it comes to the software experience. Now, the new team is playing the long game, meaning they want the device to be relevant. To be relevant, it should not only be receiving newer Android build, it also should be receiving updates in terms of features, value-added features to the apps, especially to the camera. Now, that's exactly what they did. So, my previous gripe on the G60 5G is the lack of the night mode for the ultra-wide camera, and shockingly, with the new small update and something that Nokia or rather HMD Global was not even bothered to state it clearly, now they've silently added the new feature to the Nokia G60 5G's camera, bringing the gap between the G60 5G and the X30 even closer. So I'm just going to show you the differences and the similarities between the new camera app. So this is an update for the Nokia G60 5G. I do hope you enjoy. And for those of you wondering why make a big deal out of it, I believe for those of you who've been with HMD Global, this is something new, this is something interesting, because this shows their commitment and a change in direction, especially to listening to the fan base down there. And I believe this is the right way to do it. So with that, come, let's have a look into the differences and the similarities of the new and enhanced camera experience on the Nokia G60 5G. So this is the Nokia G60 5G and this is the Nokia X30 5G. I'm going to share with you something really shocking, something exciting indeed. Now, a moment ago, the Nokia G60 5G received a new Android 12 build, and this is the new version 12 version 1.190, and it comes with the October security patch, improved system stability, some user interface enhancements, and it's just about that. You don't have any other details other than the standard usual generic status of the update. Now, if you were to see the screenshot I made earlier, and you will see that this is the previous camera firmware 98.12.33402.12, and this is the latest firmware 98.12.34202.10. Now, it looks quite similar. Initially I was fooled by it, but upon closer detail, this is a new camera firmware. Now, in my previous review, I have said that the Nokia G60 5G lacks the night mode for the ultra wide. So I'm just going to bring you back to the standard so everybody's clear. Now, this is the standard mode. You've got the standard HDR mode as usual and all that, but when you go to the night mode, previously the night mode output was only available for the primary camera, so it was not available for the ultra wide. So now with the new camera firmware, you get to do your night mode with the ultra wide, something that I complained about before, because it's something doable seeing they have the similar processor, and even the RAM is adequate to do such a processing. And it's just really nice to see that HMD Global has added for the first time a new camera feature on their device. Now, that's not to say that this is entirely going to give you the same experience, because there are some subtle changes. Now, you can see now, I'm just going to run through the firmwares of both. Just to be clear, I'm just going to share both the camera firmwares on both these devices. So I'm going to bring them both close together so we can see them clearly. There we go. So on the X30, which is having this black theme, you can see it's 98.12.33702. This is 34202.10, which means the G60 5G has the newer camera software compared to the X30. Now, previously I've had some comments made for the X30's performance, so I do believe there's a new camera update also will be reaching the Nokia X30, and hopefully, I do hope, I'm not a big YouTuber, but I do hope Nokia watches my channel and takes the feedback that I've given, because I believe the X30 simply has the capability to be on par with the Vivo X70. So I do hope to see something in that line. Now I'm just going to show you what we have now. So when we go to the standard photo, this is how it is on both the sides. Now you can see, even from just what I'm showing, previously I've said that the X30's camera is so bright, it soaks a lot of light, that even by just placing it, you can see that it can actually soak the light to show you that the background is actually red. But on the X30 it's not really. So the on the G60 it's not really, but because the G60 relies more on its software to process the images, which is pretty good to be honest. Now you can see similarities when it comes to the standard photo mode. Okay, so as something that you all need to take a note is that cinema mode is only available on the X30. You don't see it on the G60 here. Now good thing is you can take video on the ultra wide, you can take video with the standard primary sensor as well. So when we go to the standard photo mode, nothing much, pretty much the same. Portrait mode is also pretty much the same. Now night mode. So now you can see it's already starting to soak a lot of light inside. Now, so before this we don't have the capability of shooting night mode using the ultra wide sensor, and now it is available. So this is the new improvement that HMD Global has silently added into the Nokia G60 5G. But there are some differences, because the ultra wide for the G60 5G and the X30 has some differences when it comes to the limitation here, and I do believe this is actually a software limitation, but having this option itself, it's really a good addition. So What is the limitation? This is it. Now if you go here, and you'll notice that for the X30 you get the full suite of the night mode experience, the night mode 2.0. You've got the standard night mode, you've got dark vision and the tripod vision. But on the G60 it's only limited to the night vision for the dark vision and the night mode. You don't get the tripod mode here. Alright, so this is some differences when it comes to the ultra wide's night mode capability. When it comes to the more features, then you can see that X30 has the ultra wide video and the ultra steady video and also the speed warp. The new software doesn't add any such features on the G60. I don't really use the speed warp. Probably the steady video is something would be useful to many. So with that said, just excited to share with you that finally, for the first time, we are seeing a new and improved software experience on an HMD Global's product. So I do hope you enjoy this brief video, and I do hope to see more people engaging with Nokia product, because that would mean that we get to see a more active participation of Nokia in addressing the fans' concern. So with that said, I hope all of you take care. Do hope to see my next video. Stay safe.